I'm Nathan Brown with Dyenomite Apparel, and we've been in business 20 years. Dyenomite focuses on wet processing, mostly focused on tie-dye, garment dyeing, and wash services. Most of our garments are distributed through blank goods wholesalers, so we're focusing on selling to that distribution network, which ultimately services decorators, screen printers, and embroiderers across the United States. We also work with retailers. That could be the brands, as well as destination retail like Disney or Cedar Point, something like that maybe. So we're going to take you through kind of our traditional tie-dye process. Basically, you can start with just a dry shirt. Any shirt would work. Brand new shirt, anything that you got in the laundry will be fine. We treat it with chemistry. And that chemistry allows the dye to adhere a little better and a little faster. It runs the reaction a little quicker. At home, you do not have to apply the additional chemistry on there. It does give you a brighter product at the end of the day, but you can just use basic colorant dyes that you would get from any large wholesaler or wherever you would buy your dyes from. With tie-dye, it's a combination of how you fold the shirt up or tie the shirt, and then how the dye is placed on the garment once it's tied. So we're starting with kind of a very basic design here. It's one that we do most every day, and it's basically wrapping the shirt up into a spiral pattern, and then we're using the rubber bands to bind or hold the garment together while we take it through the dye process. Once we have the garment tied up into the form that we want it to be dyed in, then we take it into our dye process, and then we place the dye on the shirt in specific areas. Because of that specific area of the way the garment was tied, and then the way we place the dye on the shirt, that in turn allows the pattern to come out once we take it out and launder it and get it into the place where we set the dye, and that's actually in the laundry process. Generally speaking, before we go into the washout process, we have to let the dye cure or bond to the garment. That process can take anywhere from as little as 4 hours to as long as 24 hours, depending on how much depth of shade that you want, the concentration of the dye that you're using, and what your temperature is. So time and temperature is really key in determining what the depth of shade is, or your concentration of dye at the end of the process. So how dark you want the garments, or how pastel shade you want the garment, that can be determined by many different things. Generally, the two things that you need to focus on is your dye concentration that you're actually putting on the garment, and the length of time you're allowing it to cure or adhere to the garment itself. Generally speaking, the blend of the t-shirt will also affect the strength of color. If you're using 100% cotton, that's most recommended. But if you want to blend, it gives a better hand feel, but you're not going to have as strong a dye. So you're going to have more of a mid-tone or a pastel shade. So if you're doing this at home, you want to take, I guess, the ability to take up many shirts or a handful of shirts, play around with it. I encourage, innovation. I guess that comes from sometimes there's happy accidents, right? So if you're putting the shirts together and you come up with something, hopefully you come up with something that looks really nice. But a lot of it comes up with just your own creativity and the colors that you come up with. So best of luck. If you need any assistance or want to see what we have going on here at Dyenomite, you can check out our website at dyenomite.com. It's Dyenomite.com. Thank you very much.